Ladies and gentlemen, it is a good day. We got some good reveals for WWE 2K25. The DLC pack comes out next week, and it's finally about time because I'm not gonna lie, the game to me has been feeling a little bit slow. Maybe even I just feel sometimes bored because there's not much content going on, and it's about time we're about to get some good content. I feel like I rely a lot on my faction for that content, but they release packs like every 2 weeks, which leaves me twiddling my thumbs for 2 weeks till I see more content. Just my 2 cents though. I won't ramble too much. Let's go on ahead and get into it. But before we do, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. You guys have been enjoying the content. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, MCMG entrance revealed today, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks great. That's one thing that 2K always nails, and it's the DLC and the way the characters look, especially when you're spending, extra money to get these characters. Of course, you want the characters to look the way they should, to look on par, and we are doing just that with the DLC. And personally, man, I am super excited just looking at the entrance, as you guys can see here as well if you haven't just yet. It looks great, and just the graphics, everything, the entrance, I honestly have no complaints. I think that this is a good thing. But with this pack, as you guys know, we are going to be getting also Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, and we are going to be getting a special celebrity guest, which we still don't know who it is. And I mean, you probably know who it is if you're on X or social media, whatever the case may be. Personally, I think it got to be Travis Scott at this point. There's a bunch of stuff that people have unveiled, on X, and I just don't know the order of what's coming when. But honestly, at this point, I think Travis Scott got to be a lock. He was at WrestleMania 40. He played an essential part in Cody Rhodes losing the championship. We also saw him at the Elimination Chamber as well, take part in the John Cena heel turn. It got to be him at this point, right? And I think personally for me, I would love to see Travis Scott in here just because I think that he's one of the celebrities that do make sense in this day and age. It just makes sense right now because he's been such an integral part the last couple months of the title. As much as I don't like it, just want to go ahead and put that out there, but it just makes sense to have him in the game. Stephanie, Julia, it now makes me wonder, last year, I don't know if you guys remember, but I'm sure a lot of you do, they added some surprises. We got some surprise weapons, some just entrances that weren't in the game before. We got it patched in, and we're going to talk about that patch in just a little bit. WWE 2K25 can deliver some extra surprises here and there with the DLC, just like they did last year. It's very possible that on SmackDown we may see a trailer for the DLC, maybe Monday Night Raw, but I don't know if you guys remember, we did get a commercial last year as well for the DLC, teasing some extra bits and pieces of what could come in the DLC, especially the surprises and whatnot. So I'm hoping that we do see some stuff in there. Maybe, a hardcore championship, maybe something of that nature over on the DLC side, for Travis Scott. He need that title. My boy made that Undertaker long entrance, coming out and with the title on his shoulder. I mean, it just makes sense at this point. I'm personally excited for this DLC pack because, as you guys know, Julia, Stephanie Vaquer taking over NXT, soon to be on the main roster. It's just simply about time to have him in this game, and I'm glad that we were able to get him in there. After this pack, we do have the June 25th pack, so just a month and some change later, we are going to get the Great Khali and Abyss, and we're going to get 3 NBA stars. So they decided to position that, where the Pat McAfee pack was last year, for the exception of the fact that we are getting Great Khali and Abyss. Honestly, I'm not too mad at this pack. I do dislike that there are NBA stars in this pack, but I don't fully mind it because we are getting the Great Khali in this pack, and honestly, it is what it is, bro. I'll take the L's as long as you guys give me Great Khali. So that's pretty much it. I'm not going to go deeper into all the DLC packs because obviously we know what's coming, but we do have some special guests coming out, and we still don't know officially who it is yet. Hopefully 2K goes on ahead and drops that news soon for us. Maybe an entrance, maybe something on the WWE Games page. Now, with all of that being said, I was mentioning earlier some free additions, and the only way that we do get free additions is simply when we get those big patches right before the DLC. And obviously there is still a lot broken in this game that still needs to be fixed. I've ran into a couple gameplay things myself. I've mentioned the submissions before, but I also have noticed that the wrestlers run in and out the ring. It's the weirdest thing. I'm not sure why it's happening, but there is a clip I'm not sure why that's happening. Let me know down below if your AI is acting a little bit weird. It definitely was not doing this when the game first came out. So I feel like a lot of these things are just small consequences of them fixing a lot of bigger issues with the game. Because one thing I will say, as much as certain things are wrong with this game at the moment, 2K seems to really have doubled down and making sure that we're getting, you know, some of the best player experience, and they are still working very hard on getting this game to the way it's supposed to be. I just think that we are running into a lot of issues that are ruining the player experience, and that's a big thing, you know, for the player experience. These issues, man, they cannot continue, you know, with this game, and that's something that definitely needs to be looked into. So hopefully with this patch we do get, you know, welcomed additions into the game, you know, maybe some potentially, you know, I saw, you know, a WWE 2K dev teasing Malachi Black. The odds that we get Malachi probably super low, but we have gotten wrestlers that have came back to the WWE before mid-year. We got Mia Yim, Candice LeRae, and that happened, I believe, WWE 2K23. Free DLC, probably gonna be something that we don't get too much, but it would be nice to see in the game. Just saying. So I don't know, I guess we have to go on ahead and put that out there, maybe speculate a little bit. But again, man, you know, I've been enjoying this game. I just feel like lately it's kind of started to fall off for me, but you know, hopefully the DLC gets me back on there, gets everybody else back on there, and we have some fun. So hopefully we get a lot of issues addressed in this next patch. We'll see what happens, man. But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you guys did enjoy this video. I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.